Rigathi Gashagu is among the most important people we have within the opposition. He picked the wife from Nairobi hospital, took her to go and vote, then returned her later to Nairobi hospital. To keep Mount Kenya intact, the opposition leaders plus the opposition supporters must be behind Rigathi Gachagua to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for choosing Mukwa Times. Of late, Rigathi Gachagua has been seen like he's making some mistakes, especially when he makes some statements. And personally, I've raised some concerns, plus many other people. Fortunately, Rigathi Gachagua was able to listen and adjust accordingly. If you check from what he said at Kariobangi North Church,
kiti cha gavana kitachukuliwa na DCP. Kiti cha seneta kitachukuliwa na DCP. Kiti cha women rep kitachukuliwa na DCP.
And what he has been saying afterwards, you can see that Rigathi Gachagua has been very keen on what he's telling people.
Sasa tumesikia William Ruto amesema akinunua ODM hataki Sifuna, atamfukuza. Edwin Sifuna, I want to tell you, my brother, you are a good leader. Ukifukuzwa na William Ruto, you are welcome to DCP. Sifuna akuje asikuje.
He has been trying to correct every statement that he made as a mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, I also was very keen to hear and see what people are writing and saying about Rigathi Gachagua. And I've noticed that there are people who are literally taking him to be as a useless man within the coalition. People are taking him to be a curse. Like William Ruto could have stayed with him. That in the opposition team is spoiling for them. Those are some of the things that are going around. But on this particular video, I just want to tell you one simple thing. Rigathi Gachagua is among the most important people we have within the opposition. Whether we like it or not, whether it's tribal or not, whether it's whatever it is or not, Rigathi Gachagua is among the most important leaders we have in that particular team. All these leaders across, they need each other. But most importantly, Rigathi Gachagua. On this particular video, I want to take you through step by step some of the reasons as to why I feel Rigathi Gachagua is among the most important leaders that we have in the country as we speak. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, kindly take a second or two to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Number one, Rigathi Gachagua is among the people you can almost be 100% sure he cannot be bought to the opposition side. He cannot be bought to the government side. So this is the guy who has created some enmity with William Ruto that ni kama maji na mafuta. So he's reliable, first, to be in the opposition side. Secondly, he appears not to be interested in the presidency, but he just wants some power which he can get from his MPs, governors, senators, MCAs through the DCP party. So that makes him very important within the opposition. Someone you can rely on. Number two, this gentleman has unbelievable orator skills. Right now, he's the only living guy who can beat William Ruto when it comes to the orator skills. Unless Uhuru Kenyatta as well, when he was still young. But right now, it is him, Rigathi Gachagua. William Ruto cannot compete with Rigathi Gachagua on top of the car. Gachagua will destroy him. He only needs people to do one simple thing. Listen to him. William Ruto will be destroyed very early in the morning. So that's basically what is happening. So those orator skills are very important, considering that William Ruto is the one guy who can pick the mic and speak to the people. They'll end up crying and voting for him. So if you don't have someone who can be able to counter William Ruto, then you are lost. So opposition is lucky to have Rigathi Gachagua on board. So the orator skills are very important. Look at Matiang'i, not a politician. Look at Kalonzo, he's a gentleman. If you look at Eugene Wamalwa, Jesus Christ. So he's the person. Maybe the second to him is George Natembeya. Another thing is the Mount Kenya votes. I always tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that for any president to beat William Ruto, any presidential candidate to beat William Ruto, you must have an entire Mount Kenya united against William Ruto. Because William Ruto has nowhere else to get those votes and bring to Mount Kenya. On various reasons. One, when Mount Kenya is united, it is united against you. That is it. If they are voting, they vote towards one direction. There's no other region in the country which does that. It's just the Mount Kenya region, where people can decide to vote entirely 80+% towards one side. That's number one. Number two, these people have a spirit of voting. If they wake up in the morning to vote, they vote. Children, not children as such, but let me say adults, but young adults, older generations was says people even go to the queues and stay till evening so long as they vote, because they know why they need to vote. Level of civilization there is up there. So that is also one of the reasons as to why these people in Mount Kenya are very unique. Where can you find a spirit of voting? I'm telling you, someone was sharing with me that he picked the wife from Nairobi hospital, took her to go and vote, then returned her later to Nairobi hospital. And this was because of the wife who said, take me, I vote, then return me back to the hospital. Where does that happen? Kisii, Homa Bay, Luhyaland, Coastal Region, Northeastern? I don't think so. I don't think so. So it is just Mount Kenya that can be able to do that. So that is why we are saying here, Rigathi Gachagua is important because it's in charge of the Mount Kenya, a unique region that he can be able to bring with good numbers and unity and the spirit of voting. So if you remove Rigathi Gachagua from that equation, Mount Kenya is completely disintegrated. So to keep Mount Kenya intact, the opposition leaders plus the opposition supporters must be behind Rigathi Gachagua to the end. Support and respect him. The political mobilization that he can do. In Nyeri, there were around 2,000 women, which is a group that Rigathi Gachagua created in support of William Ruto. So whenever William Ruto goes for a rally, they go and surround a certain region, yellow. And then you see now, there is where the vehicles will stop. Then the women will sing. They will be able to praise William Ruto, all of them in yellow t-shirts, yellow dresses and these things that they wear. So, such kind of an idea was only seen in Rigathi Gachagua. And also before, now actually later on, with Simba Arati. So those women, they move with Rigathi Gachagua in the entire Mount Kenya, have a bus that transports them. 2,000 women. They were so aggressive, doing campaigns and creating a perception across the entire Mount Kenya. That's why I'm telling you that this is a great mobilizer that the opposition need. They just need him to organize one or two things. When you mobilize in the country, you create a perception that everyone can be able to admire. We have seen even in the entire opposition, I think Rigathi Gachagua has outsmarted so many of them when it comes to the issues to do with mobilizing. Whenever he goes for a rally, even if they are all together, you can tell that Rigathi Gachagua mobilized more than the others. That is what we call the Kenyan politics. William Ruto literally works with buses, school buses in yellow, transporting people from one point to another, because he basically wants to create the perception. Now, that perception, Rigathi Gachagua as well can create it. So he's among the best people who can be able to counter William Ruto outrightly. And that's why I'm saying that the people who are supporting Matiang'i, Kalonzo, and many other leaders, they need to love and respect Rigathi Gachagua. He could be making mistakes, but the most beautiful thing is that he learns from his mistakes. Why? From the statement of Kariobangi North, it was not good, according to me, because of the perception it was creating. But when it comes to the DCP function and other subsequent meetings, he has been correcting and saying the right thing, and the people loved it. That's why I strongly feel that this gentleman is one of the best that can be able to be in the opposition team. I don't know what is your take, but in the comment section, feel free to share with me on what you think about Rigathi Gachagua. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for choosing Mokwa Time. See you next time for more videos. My name is Abel Mokwa. I thank you so much.